today's video, chatty vlog, whatever you want to call it, is sponsored. No, I'm just kidding. I wish. But I actually treated myself to a pistachio latte. These are so good, you guys. I got it iced because, I don't know, I just like it iced, and I got it with oat milk, but it is so good. Anyways, moving on. So today's video is going to be all about a reset. So I am not even gonna claim or begin to claim that this is my organic idea. I have had two friends here on YouTube that have done these for, one has done them for years and years and years, and another one adopted it, I think a year or two ago. And I've watched them do them, and I'm always like, I love that idea. And so before I continue, I wanna say that this original idea is from my friend Lydia Sin and my other friend on Yard Sale Squad. So they do these monthly resets where they kind of go over goals that they set for the month, and then they come back and they say, did I do it or not? And they share like what they read, what they did for that month, basically. The way that I'm gonna do it is pretty similar. I want to start off with doing, what I had done previously in the month prior to attain the goals I had set. Had I attained them? I don't know. And then I will set goals and intentions for the next month. So that's how I'm thinking it'll go. I wanted to do this because I have been wanting to do more of like intentional living. I feel like I've always been like this, but I really want to set more intentions for all areas of my life so that I can make sure that I am, fully in and doing the things that I really want to achieve and accomplish in my life. So this month, obviously we don't have a month to recap because we're starting afresh and new. We've never done this before. So, here we go. All right. So what I thought I would do is kind of share with you one of the tools that I'm going to be using to really make this happen and keep myself kind of organized. And that is this gratitude journal. I found this from Target. It's from the Spritz line, and I know that I will be putting up a vlog, I think, explaining what I'm about to say, but whatever, I'll just say it twice. So this is kind of like, it is a self-guided journal. Anyways, so when you open it up, it's really pretty and it's just very simple. I'm gonna open it up to a very blank page. Words. Right, so here's what it looks like. Maybe what I'll do is after this, I'll do like a whole zoom in and all the things, but it has all of the things that I kind of want to be recapping each day and making sure that I'm really reaching the goals and all of that. I say it in quotes because goals, I don't know why I have such a love-hate relationship with setting like goals. I like the word intentions because like I want to do them, but if I don't do them, it's okay. I feel like when you say goal, it's like you have to attain it. And that is something in my brain. It's a me problem, not a you problem. All right, so it's really nice because on this side, you have like the planner side. So you plan out your day, you have all of that. And then on this side, it's kind of a reflection side. And I've been using this side that just says free thoughts for 3 things I'm thankful for, if not more. Yeah, I love it. I've only been doing it for like 3 days and it's January 14th, but I just found it. I was looking for one. I could not find one that I really liked. And so once I found this one, I was able to start on those goals and the intentions that I kind of want to set. So that is one tool that I will be using to really help me to stay on this track. Now, with that, one of the goals that I want to do is every day write in that journal. So even if I didn't get to like planning my day, I at least want to write in the journal component of that page. So at least here. And even if I didn't do it that day, I want to still reflect on the day prior if I have to do it the next day or something like that. So that is one tool that I'm going to be utilizing to do that. So goal 1 will be to write in my journal and make sure that I'm self-reflecting on the positives and the negatives of each day, because that's really important, I think. And especially being in like an attitude of gratitude. I don't want to say that in a way that's like toxic positivity, because sometimes it's really hard to find gratitude in your day when life feels very hard and heavy. But also making yourself do that somehow has an effect that is positive in your life. So even if I'm having a rough day, really reflecting on something that went well that day will help me get out of that dark cloud, if that makes sense. All right, so that's goal number 1. So did I write in my journal? And then maybe I'll even like share each month. I'll like share some of the things I was thankful for, some of the highlights or the smile moments, something like that. I don't know, we'll see. What do you guys think? Would you be interested in that? Right below. So the second thing, or the second intention that I want to set for the month is I really, really, really want to learn. I either want to read or audiobook, okay, or Libby, a book a month. If I can do more, I would love to. Now, I suffer from ADHD, and so audiobooks are ideal for me. So I would like to read at least 2 books a month. I would like to do more, but even to do 2 would be pretty astronomical for me sometimes. This month, I've already read 1 book, and so I'm pretty proud of myself on that. That is one of my intentions or goals. And like I said, I'm halfway through the month and I've read 1 book, so now I will start a new one and hopefully have that one done by the end of the month. This other book only took me like 3 days to read, so I may even go over my goal or intention, and that would even feel better. But that feels doable for me. For you guys out there that are like bookish and you read all the time, you're probably like, why can't you read more than that? But when I tell you, my brain is a fortress. It is. It's so hard sometimes for me to do that. So anyways, that is going to be a goal and an intention. Do you see how I don't want to commit to the word goal? Oh my gosh, what is the matter with me? Okay, let's move on to 3. All right, number 3 is kind of a big one, and I don't exactly know how this is going to come to fruition, but we'll see. I'm new here, so let's just see where we go. I want to stick to the budget. My husband and I set up a budget a year ago, and we were so diligent about it for months, and then we just got off the bandwagon. I know exactly what happened to get us off. We had 3 or 4 surgeries this year that were not planned. That got us off the bandwagon, and we need to get back on it. We need to get back on it, and we need to map out what we owe, what we need to do, and how much money we're spending. And I feel like when we do that, and when we meet and we have those discussions, we spend less because we're aware of what's happening. We tend to spend more when we have no idea what's going on with the budget, which I think is 100% normal, but I don't want that anymore. I don't like living like that, and we don't live off of credit cards, so it literally is our money. And once it's gone, it's gone. We've had a lot going on in 2024, a lot of financial things happen. We were so blessed to have the money and or to attain the money, and by means of like a care credit or something, but I would really like to pay those down and be pretty clear of those, but we just have to get on top of it. And so yeah, I don't know what that'll look like in the form of these monthly resets, but basically I figured what I would do is have kind of like an umbrella intention of budgeting and making sure that we're sticking to the budget and being honest when we don't, because I think if I am accountable to you guys for some psychological reason, it makes me feel like I'll check and make sure that I am being authentic and honest with what I'm spending or what I'm doing. So what I thought what I would do is like the umbrella intention is the budget and sticking to it. But then within that, I'm going to have 3 financial goals for the month. And that is going to be, 1 is to stick to the budget. So that's going to be to check in and have our weekly, if not multiple weekly visits to the budget to check and see, depending on what's going on. 2, that's going to be to really make sure that groceries, we are not buying our groceries from Publix. Publix is very close to our house, but it is very expensive. And we actually, in the first 2 weeks and even 3 weeks, the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've been so good because I did a huge Aldi haul and we've literally been living off of that. But for some little shopping moments at Publix, but just for BOGOs and water. So that's been really good. And I feel like we're already off to a good start with that. So I really want to be more intentional about our grocery budget. And I need to be honest and sit down and really figure out what that looks like. And then maybe even we map it out together in the next month. And I say, this was our budget. This is what we spent. And I feel like once we get the budget laid out and I have concrete data, I'll feel even better having these reset videos and like talking about it. I think it's a big thing with a lot of families. You know, it's very expensive to feed your children healthy and whole foods, but it is a priority for us. Like I like to cook majority of our food from home. And so, yeah, I think too, just getting back, we were so good last year about not eating out a ton, and we don't eat out a ton, but we have been eating out more than we would like. And to be completely honest, I'm usually disappointed on eating out. You know, it's like it ends up being a fortune and you're kind of like, oh, that wasn't great. So I do enjoy eating out, especially as a family. It's something that I really like to do. So I do want to do it, but I want to prioritize that like we do, you know, a fun eating out experience rather than spending $100 at Chick-fil-A. You know what I mean? Chick-fil-A days they happen, but I just don't want them to be happening so often, if that makes sense. And then the third goal for that financial intention is the third micro goal. Is that what we're calling it? Basically to change, I want to look at areas that we are spending too much money and try to create some sort of goal or something where I really tackle it and I try to not do those things. I feel like I was, you know, there's like ways that I've done this in the past. For instance, I used to go out and get myself an iced coffee like pretty much every other day. And now I've like invested in a really nice like coffee thing. I found a really good coffee creamer I love, and I just make it at home. When I do go out for a quick coffee, it's like a treat for me. So it means a little bit more to me because it's a treat and it's not just like something I just do, if that makes sense. And that saves us like a lot of money, you know, in a lot of situations. I remember I stopped doing it because we wanted to get Nash piano lessons, and the amount that I was spending on iced coffee every week was the amount that it was going to be for his piano lessons. So I was like, okay, I'm going to just stop drinking iced coffee out and then budget for the piano lessons. So things like that, you may not realize what that does for your budget. Unless you just have like unlimited funds, then, you know, obviously it doesn't matter. But I mean, very few people have unlimited funds, and I am not one of them. So I gotta get I gotta get my crap straight, because, you know, it is one of those things where a lot of things arise and happen, and if you're not prepared, then it's very scary when those things happen. So we're fortunate that we both work and that we're able to come up with the money when we need to. But if I'm being honest, I'd like to be more secure and feel more safe in that net than, you know, flailing. My whole intention of doing this right here is to hold me and my husband accountable to the budget, is essentially. So we'll see how far into that we get during these reset videos. But for now, those are kind of the micro goals within that intention of saving some money and sticking to the budget, really. So the last one is, I think, you know, a lot of people do in the new year. I just want to get back into the routine of working out, of doing things that make me feel like a whole person. I was so good up until November. I was working out 2 to 3 times a week. If I wasn't working out, I was walking. I was drinking so much water. I was having smoothies. I was so good. And then November hit and I just hit a wall, and we had a lot going on. And then since then, I've just been off the bandwagon. So I want to get back into that. So that is definitely one of the things. And I want to set it up so that I give myself a goal of 2 days a week to get up and either go to the gym or go for a walk. And I feel like setting myself up with 2 days a week, then I'll maybe add a day or whatever, because that's typically how my mind works. So I really want to get back into that and really doing that, because it really does affect me, body, mind, and spirit. Like, I see the change in my body, see the change in my mind, and I see the change in my spirit. And yeah, so there's no excuse not to. I have a gym membership. I have beautiful spaces to walk in. I live in Florida, so the weather is beautiful. Yeah, there's no excuse. I'm just not doing it. And so that is one of the goals that I'm gonna set for myself in the new year. If I can do more than 2 days a week, I will absolutely love that. But I'm going to be realistic for right now, from 0 and doing it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my last and final little intention for these monthly resets. I feel like within the reset, I want to be doing, like, trying something new. One of the things that I want to do in bonus, so if I am able to accomplish the things, I want to learn something new. So it could be something easy, it could be a recipe, it could be something like that. You know how you have these visions of who you want to be, and it's hard to get there? I kind of want part of this reset to be that I try something that I always said I was going to do and then I never did it. I want to do that. I want to be the girl that's doing the things that I never thought I would do, and I'm doing it, you know? And I want to do things like that would be hobby filled. It may go horribly wrong, but that's okay. At least I tried it, you know? And including the kids on it would be great too. So something like that. Maybe it just looks different each month and each week and each day, and we'll just see where that goes. So bear with me with that one. I just kind of was thinking about it, and I'm like, I kind of want to do that because I want to hold myself accountable to doing the things that I've always wanted to do, and I've just never done them. You know what I mean? That's about it. I think that sums this up. I mean, I'm excited. Let me know below if you want to do this with me. I would love that. Like, maybe even if you don't have like a YouTube channel or something, but maybe in the comments, if you would share the things that you accomplished in the month, that would be so fun. And maybe what I'll do is create like a list and put it in the description, and you can either put a check mark or you can write out like what your goal was, you know, or share that. I don't know. But if you'd be interested, I would love that, because I feel like when we all do things together, it's way more fun. And so I hope you guys like this idea. I'm really excited about it because I feel like it's going to hold me accountable to things that I've always wanted to do, and really leading me to living the life that I want to live, where I feel like I'm like in control. You know what I mean? I feel like so much at times, especially as a mom and all of that, so many times a lot of what I want to do gets put on the back burner, not because anyone makes me put it on the back burner, but because I just feel like I have to. And I feel like doing something like this, it's going to force me to really take note of those things that I have really wanted to get to, and I just haven't. And my kids are getting older now, and I feel like I'm able to have a little bit more space to think clearly and really have more intention in all things. I feel like it's the time to do it. You know, it's a new year, and it can really bring a lot of growth and, you know, a bit of rebirth into your own life if you allow it. So anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know below if you like this kind of video, and I'm excited to share with you guys in February where we got to. So of course it's like mid-January right now, but I have been making note for the last 2 weeks of these things and this idea. And then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it because I've wanted to do it. And I want to thank, of course, those women that have kind of put the footprint out there and given the idea. You know, it's not my organic idea to do these monthly resets, but I really love the idea behind it. And if you haven't checked out their channels, make sure to check out their channels. I'm sure you have, but just a little plug. All right, so we'll see you in February. Love your faces. And I'm sorry. That is so annoying, but I've tried to refilm this and they start up every time I'm doing this. So I'm sorry about that, but here we are. It's gratitude every day. And then on the back, I try to get the thing off, but it's by the Spritz line at Target. When you open it, it does have like a little bookmark that you can go to. I'm just gonna go open up to a random one. But as you can see, oh my gosh, don't you love it? It doesn't come pre-dated, so you can just start at any date, whenever, doesn't matter. You can continue it throughout the next year, all the things. So I really like that. It has a wake up and in bed so you can track your sleeping, top priorities, today's to do, a little block scheduling there, some appointments, don't forget to, and then you've got your overall mood, which I found is hard for me to honestly color in, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to color in if I had a bad day. You know, I'm having a hard time with that. Highlight of the day, so what's something that happened that was your highlight, something that made you smile, and then free thoughts. For the free thoughts, I am writing down things I'm thankful for, and I'm being specific. I like that. I actually got that idea from Jacqueline Gallant, and she said that she had written in her journal for years, and she's now going through and reading. And so, yeah, she influenced me to actually focus on more of a gratitude journal than just like a normal planner, and I like that this is a planner and a gratitude journal. So I'm gonna do that right now, and then I gotta head to a meeting for my 5th grader.